The digital LSAT has arrived, and at the moment, there are only 4 remaining paper and pencil test administrations. They are November, January, March, and June of 2019. So those are your last chances to take it in the paper format, which I highly recommend because this new digital format has some drawbacks and there isn't enough material out there about the digital format. Not enough students have done it. LSAC has not adjusted itself enough to the digital format. So I think that most test takers would be best served doing the paper and pencil format. And June 2019 is your last option for that. Starting July 2019, half of test takers will be assigned the paper and pencil option, half will get the digital option they pick. And so it's kind of a toss-up. There are some benefits to taking in July, which I'll get into later, but for now, I'm saying November 2018 through June 2019 is your best bet to get paper. Starting September 2019, we're going to be 100% digital. So starting in the fall, starting September and beyond, digital only, the future has arrived. Here is an example of what that digital LSAT looks like. We have some cool features. We can highlight certain parts, the question stem, the stimulus. We can cross off or eliminate answer choices. We can see the time remaining. We can highlight, we can underline, we can see the directions, although I wouldn't waste time on that. You can, of course, select the correct answer or whatever you think the answer is. So those are some cool features. I probably wouldn't mess around too much with underlining or highlighting just because it takes time. One cool thing, though, is you can increase the text size. You can increase the contrast. So there are some benefits here, but I wouldn't get too into messing around with the colorful stuff. I think it's just not really worth your time. Here is a logic games question in the new format. So we've got the setup, we have the rules, and then there's someone has flagged this question number 8. So you can see number 8 down there flagged, up here flagged. And you still have, of course, the time remaining. You have the underlining, you have the highlighting, so that's nice. But there still isn't enough out there about the new format. There's not enough out there, not enough practice LSATs in the new style. And prep companies, of course, will have to adjust. But for now, there's nearly 100 exams that are all in paper format, and maybe LSAC will release one or a half dozen before they go full on digital. That's not really enough. And so I would recommend strongly taking before July 2019 because that's really your last chance. June 2019 is your last chance for the paper and pencil traditional format. Just to recap, July 2019, cool benefit of that exam, though, is that you get to see your score before canceling, whether you get paper or digital. They will give you that opportunity, which is a nice thing, but it's a one-time opportunity. Starting September 2019, fully digital. They're going to release an online familiarization tool before the end of 2018, they say. So I would check out lsac.org for that. Khan Academy will probably have some online stuff for this as well. As for which tablet they use, they've used Samsung tablets in their trial runs. I'm guessing they'll probably stick with that. But again, not enough is out there right now for the digital format. So I strongly recommend, if you can, get the LSAT over with, get it done with by June 2019 as your last opportunity for the paper and pencil format. Again, just to recap some of the features of the digital LSAT, you can resize text, you can highlight information on screen, you can also underline as we saw, you can rule out answer choices, there's a countdown clock so you can see time remaining, and what I think is the best feature is you can mark off questions to come back to later. So that's my quick recap of the digital LSAT, the changes coming. Again, strongly recommend take the LSAT now, knock it out before it goes digital, because once it does, you're going to have a lot of adjusting to do, and the going between scratch paper and the tablet, I think, is going to cause some problems. And LSAC is not giving more than 35 minutes, even though all that back and forth may take you more time. So I think that digital LSAT takers are probably going to be at somewhat of a disadvantage compared to the old-fashioned paper and pencil format test takers, because at least paper and pencil, everything's in one place. Digital, lots of switching around, not ideal. I wish that LSAC would have made it possible to draw on the tablet using a stylus. I'm not sure why they didn't. Maybe they just couldn't figure it out. Maybe they're just going digital to compete with the GMAT and GRE. Who knows? Maybe I'm being skeptical. I think that if LSAC was going to be awesome, they could just release every single LSAT ever administered in the digital format on their website for free, both in PDF and also in this new interactive digital format. But that's just me. Who am I to talk? LSAC's going to do what they want. And so I think that unfortunately, LSAC is what they're doing is they're putting test takers at a disadvantage who aren't taking big prep courses, because the prep courses are the ones who are going to be able to adapt all the old LSATs to this new format. But those who are not taking a prep class have to use the old-fashioned books, which don't reflect what that new format's going to be. So again, LSAC, if you're listening out there, I hope you switch all the LSATs to digital and release them for free. And I'm not talking about Kindle. I'm talking about the real interactive digital format. It's really a measure of equity. Are you leveling the playing field here, or are you actually making it more difficult for students to prep and for them to do well because they don't have enough LSATs in this new digital format available to them? Why not give them away? You could do that. So anyway, recap. Here's the remaining LSAT test dates for 2019 and beyond. Notice that June is the last paper only. July 2019 is both paper and digital. They choose, it's 50-50. But then September and beyond, everything is digital. All of these LSATs are digital. And so if you're watching this in the future, you've got digital. I'm sorry. I hope that LSAC has listened to my request to make all the LSATs free digitally online. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what the future holds. And keep me posted on how you're doing, how the tablet format works out for you as you prep, and what works for you, what doesn't. I'd love to hear more as we figure this out together. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Steve Schwartz. I run the LSAT blog, and I've been teaching this exam for over 10 years now. And it's always been paper pencil. LSAC has not been up to the latest and greatest with digital. They let people sell PDFs for a while. They then discontinued that once they got concerned about piracy, even though the horse had already left the barn, the cat was already out of the bag, if that's a saying. So anyway, I hope that your LSAT prep goes great, whether you're doing paper and pencil or you're going digital. And of course, I'm here for you. Reach out, subscribe to my channel. Let me know if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm a real person and I'm here for you. So thanks for watching and take care.